Hello and welcome to episode 16 of the Shaking Up Show, Playing Away, the show that takes you behind the scenes and introduces you to the teams that we're playing on the road this season in the Northwest Counties Football League. Tonight's guest is Holker Old Boys player manager, Kev Watkin. But before we introduce him to the show, got a couple of things to let you know about. The tickets for A Tale of Two Strikers are on sale now. That's been organised by the Bury AFC Heritage Committee, and it's going to be a fantastic night where you can come along to the Stanley Club, have your supper, have a few drinks, and listen to Andy Bishop and Gareth Seddon tell some stories of the good old days when they were playing football. Also, we've got some new merch lines available at shop.buryafc.uk. We've got some scarves and some bobble hats in the new away colours, and they're on sale right now. And a little birdie tells me that we will be soon introducing some trucker hats. Those of you that were at the Newven on Saturday may have seen a sneak preview down at the merchandise stall at the bottom of the ground, and they, according to our commercial team, will be on sale very soon. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to buy 10. You know I like my hats. But anyway, let's get on with it. Kevin, welcome to the show. Thanks for coming on. How are you doing?
I'm very good, thank you. Nice to join you.
It's a pleasure to have you on. So I'll crack straight into it. Can you introduce yourself to our viewers? Tell us about your role at the club and how you got involved at Holker.
Yeah, so I'm Kev Watkin. I'm player manager. Stepped in a couple of years ago when we were in a little bit of a tricky situation. But I think Holker, I've been there as a kid, following my dad playing there and growing up in the junior section. Left for a bit of a period of time, but obviously he's always been close to the family and growing up in there, and he's just a kind of a drawback. And I went back at the age of 20 or so, and then I've played back at Holker ever since, and then stepped into the player manager role over the last couple of seasons.
Excellent. And for those that don't know amongst our fan base, can you tell us where Holker Old Boys are based and what the stadium's called?
Yeah, so we're our home is Rakesmoor Lane. Recently been sponsored by Handmark Engineering, who's a local engineering firm. So obviously it's Handmark Engineering Stadium on Rakesmoor Lane at the top of Orcourt in Barrow-in-Furness.
Excellent. I know we know it's anticipating a bit of a trek up on a Saturday morning. It's all the coaches are booked, so.
Yeah, you'll hopefully you enjoy it. It's one of them things that sometimes you don't always get that luxury of a good bus trip out as a group of fans. Quite short journeys can be quite quick, so hopefully you enjoy it. Enjoy the atmosphere, the environment the club provide, and the hospitality as well. So fingers crossed, it's worth the journey.
Excellent. Now I did a bit of digging on the internet as you do, and according to Wikipedia, the club's nickname is they've got two. According to Wikipedia, it's the Cobs or the Stags.
Yeah, more recently the Stags. I think the more recent future and the younger generation will know it as the Stags. And I think if you're to look at our emblem and read into the history, is primarily a stag-based thing. The Cobs, I think, goes back to when the club was originally formed, and some of the schoolboys and things that tried to form the club as well.
Excellent, fantastic. So going back, because it's quite an old club. Holker, they've been around for quite a long time. Are there any interesting facts about the club that would stick out that people might not know?
A couple of years ago, we managed to achieve our 1,000th game in the Northwest Counties. It's quite an achievement to be in there for such a period of time. Like you say, it was formed in 1936 by a bunch of schoolboys to give them an area and a team and a club to play for and be associated to. And I think a lot of the development and things, there's still a lot of the club volunteers now who have been there for a long, long period that have done a lot of the growth of the club that are still supporting the club now.
Fantastic. Now, we've had a rubbish couple of years with COVID and football. The season, not last season, the season before was called to a halt. Last season was called to a halt and expunged from existence, much to our dismay. But before that, how was it going with Holker? Were you flying like you are this season? Was it looking like, because when they talk about teams in our league, there's no easy games, but Holker's going to be especially a tough game. So,
yeah, I think we've had a bit of mixed fortunes. If you were to go over the last 5 or 10 years, I think we are in a very small cul-de-sac, and obviously in terms of where we are, a small catchment area, and we do have cycles within our local community where certain local clubs are stronger than others. And I think the last 3 or 4 years we've started to move forward as a club, build that relationship and partnership with Barrow AFC and support them in terms of the next tier. And we've moved in the right direction, build a squad and a youth that's coming through of 15 and 16-year-olds that are starting to come through into adult football and progress as they get older. For the last few years have been a positive for the club. And I think, unfortunately, with the last 2 seasons, we've had a strong squad prepared for them seasons. Looking forward to them with a lot of interest and aspirations that have unfortunately obviously not been able to come to fruition. And then this year it's kind of, I guess, build on what we've hoped to have done the last 2 years.
Fantastic. So talking about Saturday's game, what can the Bury AFC fans expect from a trip to the Handmark Engineering Stadium?
Hopefully, obviously, they'll get a nice welcome. But when they arrive, it's a scenic, small, enclosed football ground. It's like an old-fashioned ground that hopefully they enjoy the atmosphere of. They'll get a good reception from our side of our fans. And then with obviously where we are and where yourselves are in the table, hopefully we get an exciting prospect and good game where both teams want to try and get the ball down and play football and enjoy that game of football and give plenty of chances and hopefully goals if we can.
Excellent. And for those that make the trip up a little bit earlier before they head to the ground, are there any local decent boozers they should nip into beforehand?
To be honest, I'll probably plug the club. We are making a bit of a day of it. It's a great day for football when you look at it. It's obviously the Manchester Derby, which I'm sure some of you guys might also have some interest in. There's obviously top of the table clash between ourselves and yourselves. Then there's also Barrow AFC are actually playing Banbury in the cup at 5:15. So we will be showing all the earlier kickoff and the evening kickoff in the clubhouse. So there is an opportunity to really get to mix with our fans and enjoy the atmosphere within our club and watch both games as well.
Fantastic. We do love these when we visit these clubhouses. We were at Sunderland, Ryope Colliery's Welfare last in the cup last week.
Yeah.
And there was no clubhouse next to the pitch, but on the other side of the cricket pitch away, there was just this really nice little clubhouse. It was fantastic, and there's always quite a decently priced pint as well.
Well, I think you will find obviously when you come, some might say we're out in the sticks. So we are. You'll find it's a welcoming environment. It is kind of a sports club that we try and make the most of and encourage people to come to. That so you're not paying the usual prices you might pay in some of your more expensive boozes and things like that. So it is. We like to keep the intent as a sports club and a football club.
£4.90 a pint at Pilkington. £4.90.
Yeah, I think it's like £3.50 for Moretti and things like that. But
fantastic. So what sort of football should we expect from the Holker team this season? Fast on the floor, flowing football. Is that what we're looking forward to?
Yeah, we do. And I think that's the way football's going in it. We do want to play. We encourage everyone to try and get the ball down and play. So we will try and play football. We're not going to be a dead direct outfit type of things. I know you do come across them, but our intent will be to try and get the ball down and move the ball.
Fantastic. Any players to watch? By yourself, obviously.
I wouldn't be too focused on me if I was you. I think probably if you looked at our form and you looked at our goals, the team are performing well as a unit. And that's the key thing for me. It's building a group that are performing for each other, not necessarily relying on individuals.
Fantastic. That's very much like ourselves. Now, my memory is shocking. Did we play last season?
No, we didn't. This is actually our first meeting, so we're looking forward to it. Obviously, we've been looking forward to it last year. But yeah, so this is our first meeting, so we are excited to welcome obviously yourselves and the following, which will come with it as well. So that's something that as a club we are preparing for and hopefully making a good day of it and enjoyable for both sets of fans.
Fantastic. And have you done any pre-scouting? Have you watched any of the highlights, or do you know any of the players in the team? Have you been in and around any of them before?
We have watched some of the highlights as a group. Obviously, it's great that you do that type of coverage and you've got that kind of access to that information. So yeah, we have watched some of the highlights. I am a firm believer in trying to focus on what we can do. But obviously there is that recognition you need to set up to try and stop teams as well as play the way you want to play. But yeah, we have watched some of the highlights and recognise some of your strengths of try and get the ball out wide, get it in the box quickly and things like that. So yeah.
Excellent. It should be a really good game. I've got one last question. It's always touch and go whether I ask this one. Are you going to give us a score prediction?
I'll probably decline if I can. I think it's one of them fixtures that's just such a tough one. That there's a lot at stake on the day. It's no one really wants to lose. You want to kind of keep that gap between the following pack, but don't lose that pace amongst yourselves. So I'll sit on the fence if I can, if you don't mind.
No, thank you.
Questions to answer,
because if I give
you can give me your view.
Oh no. If you're not going, I'm not going. Because if I give one and it's wrong, I'll get some right stick. So no, I'm looking forward to coming on Saturday. I think we're leaving Bury at 10:30, so we should be there. Should be there in plenty of time. No, I look forward to seeing you on Saturday. And if I don't bump into you, good luck. And I'll see you after for a pint. Yeah,
obviously, I'm part of playing as well as a manager, so I will be kind of busy warming up and things like that myself. But yeah, give us a nudge if you catch me. I will be obviously dotting around after the game and things. So yeah, obviously look forward to welcoming you and hope you really enjoy your day out.
I'd like to say a huge thanks to Kev Watkin for coming on the show this evening and telling us all about what we should expect on our trip up to Barrow this weekend. Like I said before the show, please get your tickets for the Taylor 2 Strikers. They're going quick. New merch lines on sale on the Club Shop website. Tickets are still on sale, I think, for the coach up to Holker this weekend. I think it's 15 quid. Bargain. It's going to be a fantastic display of football between two teams right up at the top of our league. And while you're still here, if I can ask you, please click on the button that says subscribe. It's free. It costs you nothing. Click on the thumbs up. Leave a comment. It helps the video get out further and further and further. More people will see it. And yeah, that's it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll be back soon.